Hey everyone, I'm super excited to share this video with you guys because I am collaborating with the talented Christine from ChristineMyLinh, Christina from MyLifeinaBullet, and Nicole from Nicole's Journal for this video. We all came together and chose the theme of our month of March, which we decided to be Memories of Spring. I'm really excited to see what each one of them came up with because they're all super talented and all four of us have very different styles from each other. So I'm super excited to see all of their videos and to see how they planned out their month of March. After you guys watch this video, definitely go check out theirs. I'll have all of their videos linked in the description box below. Alright, so before I start planning my month of March, I'm going to quickly show you guys my pages from my month of February. So for February, I painted this little moon and I drew some mountains on the inside and did some watercoloring around it. And I had so much fun painting it. I got to use my gold Fine-Tech watercolors, which were awesome to paint the moon with. On the right side, I did my important dates section like I usually do, and I added in these stickers from my shop. And actually, it's funny because I was really struggling on deciding what to paint for the month, and these are the stickers that kind of inspired the theme. So yeah, that's how I kind of came up with the whole moon and adventure theme. As you may have noticed, I didn't really fill out my important dates section or my YouTube and Etsy tracker this month. And I kind of struggled with doing planning this month as well. So instead of planning, I did more kind of scrapbooking this month, I would say. I went on a couple trips and I just wanted to kind of put all of the pictures in there and record all my memories and writing. So for those of you who have followed me for a while, you know that I love adding scrapbooking into my journal. It's one of my favorite things about journaling, and it may not be the traditional type of bullet journaling, but I love adding these things in and I'm excited to be able to look back on it later. This was just a scrap page, and on the next page actually is one of my favorite spreads that I've done in a while. Some of you might recognize it from my bullet journaling tips video that I posted this month, and I just had so much fun putting this all together and showing you guys my whole process of laying out my bullet journaling spreads. I did this watercolor of a sunflower that I put in, and I just tried to make it all summery even though it's freezing cold right now and not at all close to summer. This next spread though, I ended up doing a completely opposite theme and going with kind of like a blue snowy theme. On this page I actually did the writing in a fountain pen, which was really cool. If you guys saw in my Instagram story, I was super excited about it, and I'll definitely link it in the description if you guys want to check the pen out, but I hadn't really used a fountain pen before, so it was kind of my first time, which was really fun. And then on this spread, I actually just put in a bunch of Polaroids from this picnic that my sister set up for my family. And it was really fun because she set up this picnic and put in a bunch of homemade orange juice in these tiny, cute mason jars. So that's why I drew that mason jar in the middle. And then here I spent the weekend with my boyfriend in Yosemite, which is one of my favorite places of all time. We rented this little tiny tent cabin, which was a super last minute thing. It was like the only thing available, and it actually turned out really, really cool. And we just had such a fun time. We were only there for like a couple days, but I wanted to write all about it and kind of dedicate this spread toward it. But yeah, that's my end of my month of February, and now I'm going to be planning my month of March, which I'm super excited about. So I'm going to get out all of my watercolors and some brushes from jet pens that I'm trying out for the first time. So I'm actually going to be filming a watercolor supplies video within these next couple weeks. And I'm just gonna show you guys all my watercoloring supplies that I use, because I know you guys are interested in the brush numbers and the specific colors that I use. So, and I actually just got a new watercolor palette that I'll be sharing with you guys in that video for the first time. So I'm really excited about that video. Alright, so as I said in the beginning of this video, Nicole, Christina, and I all came up with the theme for this video to be Memories of Spring. So I kind of thought about what spring means to me, and for me it means being able to go on hikes and go outdoors on adventures again. I also love that it's the time when all of the animals come back out. One of my favorite animals that comes out in the springtime are deer. They're just such beautiful, peaceful animals, and every spring I look forward to seeing them in my neighborhood again. So I'm starting out by painting this small baby deer. Another thing that I love about spring is it's when all of the meadows start blooming with wildflowers, and I think that is one of my favorite sceneries to kind of be around. So I kind of wanted to incorporate that into my painting as well. So I'm just going to start drawing a bunch of wildflowers around my sleeping deer. And then I'm going to take some watercolor and kind of make it look like there's some bushes in the background. Another thing that I think about when spring comes is kind of trying new things and maybe changing up my routine. It's kind of like a time of renewal. So in this painting, I wanted to try to emulate that and try something new that may be out of my comfort zone. I usually don't do full landscapes and I usually don't draw animals, but it's something that I've wanted to kind of work on, and especially watching other artists, it's kind of intimidating maybe to start something that you're not really comfortable with, but at the same time, I always find it really helpful watching other artists and how they do it and kind of taking that and spinning it into your own style. So I've been watching a lot of Christine's videos on how she draws her little animals because they're so cute, and I just love her whole style. So I'm just trying to step out of my comfort zone and try out drawing this little deer. So now I'm going to be taking my micron pen as well as my Unipen pen. I'm going to outline all my sketches of the little flowers and ferns. Also, let me know in the comments below if you would maybe like me to turn this into a kind of watercolor with me video. I know this video is pretty sped up and it might be hard to follow along, so I can definitely re-upload this into a video that is more towards normal time and also talk through my steps. So definitely let me know if that is something that you guys would be interested in. So in this painting, I am using a lot of white to kind of bring out the little details. And right now I'm using my Posca white paint pen, and I'll link this one in the description below, as well as all of the other supplies that I used in this video. I'm just finishing up my small little details with my pen, and then I'm going to add one last thing to kind of bring this painting together. So I'm going to take my circular template and I'm going to draw a sun in the background. And I really liked using my gold Fine Tech paints last time, so I'm going to use them again, and this time I'm going to take this lighter color. It's right next to the silver color. I don't know what this one is called, but it's so beautiful. It's kind of like a champagne color, I would say. One thing I learned from someone who commented on my last video doing this is to let these paints sit in water for a little bit. So just activate them with some water and then come back to them in about 10 minutes. And this will really get the pigment out of them. So whoever commented that, thank you so much. I don't know who you are because I had to re-upload that video, but it actually really helped. And now I am done with my little painting. This is like the exact thing that I think about when I think of spring, so I'm so glad I got to capture it in a painting, and I love how the little gold edition brought so much to it, and I'm just so glad that I stepped out and tried something new. So now I'm taking my laser level and I'm going to write the dates for my little calendar. And before doing this, I made sure to scan it in case I made any mistakes, and also so that I could digitize it into a blank print or a space to put another calendar for another month for my shop. So yeah, I'll definitely have this in my shop by the time this video goes up, but this is how my March calendar turned out. I'm breathing out. I'm so happy with how this whole thing turned out, and I just loved that it's a little bit different than something I normally do, and I had so much fun painting it. Alright, so now I'm going to put this painting into my journal as my cover page for March. So I'm going to bring out my Leuchtturm journal and I'm going to paste it right in. For adhesive, I always use my Tombow mono adhesive tape, and it just works best for me to put anything into my journal. So on the right side, I'm going to do my important date section like usual, and I'm just going to write all the dates down the side of the page. Just let it go, go, go. Now I'm going to paste in a watercolor painting I did several months ago. You may recognize this from the sticker set I have in my shop, or if you have seen the Watercolor with Me video where I painted it. But yeah, I thought it was the perfect time to use this painting in my journal, and it just fit the whole theme of the page. And then I just put in this photo from Pinterest, and I did a little quote on top with my paint pen marker. And now I'm just doing some final touches with washi tape, and I'm just going to write a little note section. And that is basically it for my March spread. So on the next page, I'm going to do a YouTube tracker, and this month I actually want to use my trackers. I think I will, because I have a lot of ideas of videos that I want to film this month if I can. I do have midterms toward the end of this month, so we'll see how it goes, but I'm going to try to do the best I can. But yeah, this will just be a little section for me to write ideas and when I accomplish those videos. On the right side, I really want to use this page for ideas for my Etsy shop, and I have a lot of ideas that I just need to write down so that I can accomplish them. A lot of the time I'll have them in my head, but it doesn't actually get into motion until I actually write it down. And for my last pages of my planning of March, I'm going to set up the weekly spread for that first week. So I'm just going to take those same paintings from that same video that I was talking about before, and I'm glad that I actually hung on to them and didn't use them for anything else, because it kind of goes perfect with this whole theme. The pen that I'm using to do all of the days is the Tombow dual tip brush pen in the color N60, which is kind of like a really light lilac gray color. And this is how my last spread turned out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to comment down below if you want to see a tutorial on the March cover page. And also make sure to check out Christine, Nicole's, and Christina's videos that are all linked in the description below. If you enjoyed this video and you're new here, make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.